Collective, welcome to the channel. It is September 3rd, 2025, and we're going to tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with us. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope you are doing well. In the central energy, we've got nostalgia, memories, history, in the challenge position, we've got the Devil. In the subconscious, Ten of Cups, Divine Union, and we've got Knight of Swords in the reverse. So you've got total love and support here, but there's somebody here that's got disregard for consequences, so they're not happy. This Devil energy isn't happy about your divine love, and they're still here. Look, they're experiencing a tower, and they're here. Their intention is to screw up your future. In the recent past, we've got Queen of Swords. In the reversed, a liar, a cheat, a thief, cruel and bitter. Intentions and expectations. They want your divine love. They're in a tower. They're in a tower. They want to bring you a tower. In the near future, we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. The lens is being looked at. Death. In the environment. Justice. Hopes and fears. Page of Swords. Learning, communicating, somebody's feeling restless, and the outgoing energy. Four of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's exhausted and burnt out. They're not making plans for the future. We got celebration here. Judgment is cause to celebrate. So we've got the history there. Nostalgia. You're looking at the history. The history is this isn't your gig. This isn't your gig. It's just not your gig. So we're looking at the history of those who were not taking part in third-party enemy situations. You're getting this divine love here because you are into, you know, partnership, true partnership. You're being challenged by this devil here that's codependent on you. You're not dealing with any third parties. You never were. You're not doing it now. You don't want to have anything to do with that. Infidelity, polyamory, polygamy, whatever that is. Manifest. So the devil is trying to manifest. So you're challenged here by the devil's magic. You've got a Ten of Cups union here, and this devil is right there, man. They got a disregard for consequences. They just don't want you to have what's coming to you. They don't want you to have divine love. So they're coming in impulsive, reckless. Water sign. Disregard for consequences. Queen of Swords in the recent past. In the reverse. Easily influenced liar who doesn't give a crap about nobody. And we got cycle here. Something's ending. So it could be that something's ending, something's beginning. They got a tower here. So they're in a tower. They want to bring you a tower. They're in a tower. They desperately want to flip places with you for sure. Patience. A few more months. So they're in a tower. Have patience. This is going to go on for a few months. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here. She's running something. She's running the show. She's looking out for something. She's nurturing something. Well, there's death here and justice, which tells me this is a protectress. We've got, yes, luck is on her side. There's death here. This is an ending. There's an ending happening with this devil. They're doing magic on you, but you're not bisexual. You don't like multiple partners. You're not into that. So you're getting your 10 of Cups, and they're like, wait a minute. Move on. So this is the end of a cycle. It's over now. Move on. It's a waste of time. Justice is being served here. The law of cause and effect. And earlier, there was some really heavy, sad energy, like really like tears to the eyes kind of a feeling. So somebody's upset about this. Challenges. The law of cause and effect. So those who brought challenges to you and your purpose are getting challenges. This is the end of that cycle. There's death here. You're moving on. Somebody wants to communicate. They're like, wait a minute. Or maybe they got to go learn stuff. Page of Swords. Restless mental energy. They have to go deal with some challenges. The same challenges that they were given to other people. With date night. So they were bringing challenges to people through date night, being a little exclamation point, percentage sign, hashtag, whatever. We've got the Four of Swords in the reverse. So they're in deep contemplation. They're exhausted. They're not making plans for the future. Gold digger. There is no future for this gold digger. This gold digger is burnt out. Somebody's exhausted. They're a gold digger. Page of Swords and date night. Getting justice, the law of cause and effect for the challenges that they've been bringing to people's lives intentionally. So give it time. Everything in divine order. Somebody's spying. They're doing a love spell on you, and they're spying to see if it's working. The answer is no. No. No commitment. It's not working. So the love spell isn't working. And we've got an earth sign is using caution because they know that somebody is a liar. And so their intuition is telling them to move away from intimate gambling, taking a gamble on intimacy. Yeah, so it's like you got somebody here, you're giving it time. You know that somebody is out there casting love spells, and you're like, back off, Jackie. Because you know that there's people out there. This devil is right here in the challenge position doing magic. Casting love spells. You've got this 10 of Cups union here, and they want to catch you. They don't care how it goes down. They just want you in their bag. You're not dealing with third parties. You're not dealing with bisexual people. You're not bisexual. And that's been this way throughout the entire history, your whole history. You've never been that. So that's being looked at. Whoever's getting this 10 of Cups marriage contract is not bisexual and has not done love spells and is not doing magic on people, trying to get a date, you know, so that they can get all the gold out of their freaking spiritual account. They want your money. Yeah, home. Home. So there's never been any bisexuality in your home. That's not your gig. You probably were layered in the nastiness of it, though, with these magicians. Yeah. So you weren't out here frivolously, you know, sexing up the entire freaking lifespan of yourself. You were tending to your home. You were managing your home. In your home by yourself. Being happy by yourself. You weren't out rolling in the hay with Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Pam, and Barbara, and Brenda, and whoever else. Home resonates with love and understanding. It's an oasis built on precious and less complicated moments. It's a sacred space. And you, when these devils were out there trying to manifest their next sexual encounter, you were managing your sacred space. You're like, I'm not playing that game with you. I'm gonna make myself a sacred space. But this devil's out there doing magic on you, trying to screw up your opportunity for a sacred space or any kind of love in your life. Hardship. They're trying to manifest hardship for you. You've got your home. You're not dealing with a third-party hoe bag, and they want to take your home away from you. They're trying to do magic to manifest hardship. It could be that they are having hardship. And so now they're trying to manifest you into their life because you have a home that you've nurtured and into a sacred space. You got your 10 of Cups, man. And you got total love and support here. But this devil wants to come in. They have no direction, completely restless in the head. They're very impulsive. They don't care who they're swinging. And it's a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So they're trying to manifest hardship for you because they want a status of privilege. And this could be somebody who is privileged. They're coming in, they have a disregard for consequences. They want your privilege. They want your home. They want your land. They want your safe haven. They want your sacred space. This sacred space that you've been building while they've been out schlonging and schlinking and sloshing with whomever. That hasn't been you. You're here building a sacred space. And now this little devil schlinkster, whatever, magician wants to come in and take your home from you. Queen of Swords is in the recent past. She's in the reverse. Bitter Betty. She's coming into this cycle here. Something's ending here because you're happy. Because of your optimism. And they're in a tower. And they're going to be going through a tower for a few more months. Could be an appearance. There might be an appearance being made in a few more months as they crumble. Once they crumble, you might come up to the top like the cream. Queen of Pentacles is here. I think she's kicking butt. She's kicking somebody's patootie. She's kicking somebody's patootie. Says yes, luck is on her side. She's nurturing something. She's supporting something. She's driving the train. She's driving the train. She's got the reins to the freaking carriage. She's in command of the horses. She's bringing an ending to this cycle. Folks got to move on. It's a waste of time. Get out of here. She's got the reins to this train here. Justice is being served. We got the law of cause and effect and challenges. So whoever's been bringing challenges with date night, or they're getting... Justice is being delivered on behalf, yeah, so bringing challenges to wholesome people with date night. You freaking jerk. You're getting the law of cause and effect here, Paige. You and your little challenges with date night, screwing up wholesome people's lives. Trying to dig for gold. Dig for freaking gold. Too freaking lazy to go get a job and actually become a productive person in the world. So they're exhausted and burned out because there's a backstory to your shine. This is a gold digger. He wanted your shine. And now they're burned out because you have it. You're the wholesome person here. Oh, hold up. This is the date night. So yeah, the backstory. They were getting date nights with wholesome people, women, there's women on this card who shine, and they were looking at the backstory, so they were spying on them. They knew their history, and then they were coming up to steal their shine, their energy, and their gold. And I heard one of these people talking the other day in the unseen realms, there's no effing energy. So wherever they got put at, there's nobody there that they can siphon the energy out of. And they don't have any. They're not able to produce it. They're dead. They don't have any energy. There's no life in them. Explorer. A gold digger. Explorer. This is a foreigner. It's either a foreigner or an alien from some other cosmic location. They're burned out. They're stressed out. They don't have any energy. This Page and all his little bros bringing challenges to wholesome women on date night who shine, digging for gold, stealing their energy. It's time for the evermore. We're going into devoted love. The drama has received the attention that it needs. In fact, it's out here in the open, and there is a congratulations to whoever to you for being able to take care of yourself throughout all of this harassment, this crap, you know, and you're the leader. You're a leader. You're in a leadership position, and this snake Like maybe you were leading the way, this snake. Maybe you got the leader of the snake and the sovereign beings all button heads. Wholesome, shiny, sovereign being against the leader of the snakes. Ooh, they're getting disconnected and going into the grave. Gold digger explorer, moving on. Because they were teaching bad teachers, but maybe now you have a teacher. Maybe you are a teacher and you're going to start being able to teach people how to defend themselves against this ancestry. So you've got forgiveness for this perception. Some people didn't like your perception of reality, but it could be that they're changing their mind. And we've got the arcana. You are who you are. You're authentic and true, transparent, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the north, south, east, west, upper, under, and center. It's all in you. And they didn't like it. They figured maybe you should just go around and look sweet all the time and not be a beast occasionally. But you know, you got to keep your tire circular, right? You can't be letting your tire go flat. Anyway, you are who you say you are. You are arcana, and justice is being served here. Why? Because you were able to preserve yourself through the visitations of this tribe, the interferences into your energetic home, your energetic spaces, and all of the crap that they were doing within your energy. Yeah, there's a change here. You remember, or maybe you are being remembered. There's communication here. Yeah, there was a fight for your spiritual throne, and they made you invisible, and then this witch tried to pretend that they were you. Absolutely, this wise guy haunted you, and now everything was observed. And you know what happened? You got creative, you got peaceful inside, and you're expected to take this seat. You may not even have known about it, but you're going to get a message pretty soon about a compass, about a life path. These vain people were fighting with you for your things, or from what was going to come of it. You know, as you were as you, and they tried to make you absent and then drive you. And that's exactly what they did, these little jackwagons. And there's a prophecy here. There's a prophecy here. Or maybe those people are addicted to prophecy, because they wanted to be seen as you, as here in service. They wanted your body. They might be trying to find the location of you. You are innocent. This, yeah. Okay, so we got a religious player here. We got a religious player here. Somebody's wondering what they're going to do with you. They feel, this devil feels that they have the right to tamper with your light, and they've taught these pages how to do it. The whole world is full of these types. Yeah, be very careful right now. A few more months at least. So the history shows that you were not bisexual. You may not even have been dealing with any sexuality at all. You've been focusing on your home, and your home here is your temple, as well as your house of wood, or whatever your house is made out of. You weren't focusing on this hypersexuality that this devil's been trying to manifest in your life. You focused on something else. They're right here. They're trying to manifest some hardship. And it could be that that's your challenge, or maybe they're, third party. They want to manifest hardship with a third party scenario. So know that that's going on. You're not dealing with these third parties, and they've been trying to get you to. You're focused on your home. And so you're getting a 10 of Cups union. And they're like, they got a disregard for consequences. They're like, you're going to get involved in my third wheel enemy circle. This is a privileged water sign. Third party wanting to manifest hardship in your life. They missed their opportunity, and now they're operating without regard for consequences. They missed their opportunity for a status of privilege because you weren't dealing with third-party hoe bags, or anybody for that matter. You're focusing on your home, your sacred space. We've got a bitchy little Queen of Swords reversed here, starting a new cycle. And maybe she's so she's bitchy. She's overly emotional because something is ending and something is beginning, and you're happy. You're happy. They're not happy. Oh, they're overly emotional. They're bitter. They can't stand the fact that you're happy. Unfinished business. We've got Tower, just a few more months, and an appearance. So, there may be an appearance of somebody important within a few months. Once this Tower finishes falling. Let's see what's going on with that. Yeah, time. So it's time to make an appearance. It's too late for them to do anything about it. You are seen. This is who you are. And it's too late for them to take any action. They're in a tower. This is going to be going on for the next few months. Be aware, I heard recently, Oktoberfest. Somebody may be trying to target you during Oktoberfest. Just keep that in mind. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here. To me, this is a protectress. Take it as it resonates. You know, somebody mentioned fire goddesses the other day, and I liked that. It's like, ooh, fire. But she's got the strings. She could be the new puppet master. Take that as it resonates. Yes, luck is on her side. Secrets. She knows the secrets. There's death here. Somebody's moving on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Driving that train. End of a cycle. Moving on. They're in disagreement over this. Justice is being served on behalf of the wholesome people that these ones were causing challenges for with date night. They were like getting a date, getting into the energy, getting permission to be into the energy, and then they'd start offloading all of their hoe bag, disgusting, filthy, karmic, whatever, onto these feminines. It's just not nice. Just not nice, man. Very low caliber of this. That's just too damn bad. They're in regret. They're in regret. Justice is being served for those who made challenges for wholesome people. Well, on date night, they're in regret. They wish it had never happened. This page is sitting here looking for new ways to communicate regarding date night. There's a backstory to what they've been doing to people with their shine, who shine a bright light, the stars, the suns. They targeted them for money. They're exhausted. They didn't get your light. They're a gold digger, explorer. This is a foreigner. They might be in another country. They could not sabotage you. They could not sabotage you. They're exhausted. And they're getting detached. They're getting detached. Everybody's gossiping about the lies that they told, the secrets that they kept, about this irreplaceable person. The way they love can never be matched. They lied. There's an understanding that this is a copycat, a reflection. Somebody doing mirror magic. And they're hurting from the damage that they've caused, daydreaming of being you. They've been found unworthy of a commitment that is inseparable because they're third-party hoes, man. They're not dedicated to nothing but spreading the leg or going and stabbing something with their freaking wand. For money. For freaking money. For freaking money. They hurt wholesome, shining, beautiful people who wanted to be inseparable. Let's build, let's grow, let's throw that freaking good stuff everywhere, man. And they're like, no, I want all this for me, and I'm only going to get a portion, and my boss gets the rest, but it's never going to be any more than this. And rather than work to build it into something, they just took where it was right now and froze it in time and said, this is all it will ever be, when it could have been so much more. The freaking idiocy, man. Now they're running from the shadow side. They could be running from the demons that they have soul ties with, because they were making commitments thinking that they had you in the bag. They want to talk to you now. You escaped their habitual pattern of this chemistry, this passion project. You know the truth of it. They've been trying to steal your freaking destiny. And now they don't know what to do because they're being held back. You're like, you're holding back. You're like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that, because you want a strong heart bond that's responsible for each other and family. And you want that child to be smiling, having their little allowance and their safe, happy foundation. You know, nobody's going to come and snatch them off the street. You want that kind of stuff. And these ones who are having fun trying to destroy you, now they want forgiveness. They made mistakes. Oh, I'm sorry, I made mistakes. They're chasing after you. And they're confused because you loved yourself, even though they had no appreciation for the beauty that you were bringing to their world. And now they're feeling your absence. They cannot get into your space or your energy. This egotistical person is overwhelmed by this. You had hoped for 2, and you're getting that soul contract. This 10 of Cups union here is what you're getting. Those who neglected you have been found guilty, and they're unsatisfied here with their new chapter. It's a reciprocity. What you have given is what you will receive. And this is an unexpected outcome. They're broken and shattered about it because you're being reunited. You're the wholesome, shining one. You are the gold that they were chasing. You're getting your evermore. It's time for it. And boy, these ones wanted to come in and stick you with some drama and take over your chariot, but that didn't happen. That did not happen. They're upset about it. You weren't focusing on sexual, and that was one of the things that I was saying just yesterday, or maybe it was today, on the way to work this morning. I'm like, I am so sick and tired of hearing about people's sexual nature. Why do we have to make this a topic of conversation? It's like the most thought about thing. All I can hear these masculines talk about is prostitution, harvesting the energy, commanding the womb, all this crap, man. And everything is sexualized. It's so bad. And I'm like, why? Why can't you talk about, creating a garden, growing something nice, protecting your family, doing something, honorable and good? But no, it's all this sexuality crap. It's like, I don't want to hear about your sexuality. I want to hear about your skills. What can you do? Besides mind-deaf people, unalive people, conquest. Just another notch on the headboard. Actions speak the loudest. The history here, you were not part of this sexual, this thing. You did not get involved in this. In the history here, in this, because you knew that they were, look, you focused on your home because you knew that they were just looking to make you another notch on the headboard. You knew they were coming after your home. gold diggers, and you can see it in their eyes. That's the only time they ever actually get stars in their eyes, is when they start looking at all your stuff and how it's going to improve their life. So you got the devil here doing magic. They're trying to manifest hardship for you with this third party. They could be out there doing sex magic, trying to pull you in, and you're like, no, I'm just going to focus on my home because I know what you are. Actions speak the loudest. You're just, yeah, no thank you, no thank you. So the devil is here trying to manifest hardship for you with this third party enemy situation, but things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. They're in ruins. This third party that was trying to bring you hardship with this magic, they have manifested themselves a ruin. You're getting a 10 of Cups union, divine love. And we got a water sign here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that is burned out. And they have a disregard for consequences. They have missed their opportunity for a status of privilege because you would not sleep with them. Because you were working in your sacred space. Facing it. They don't want to face it. They've missed their opportunity for a status of privilege. They don't want to face it. They're here in the challenge position, doing magic, doing sex magic with this third party, trying to throw that lustful energy onto you. I don't know, man. You might want to do a purification ritual or something, because that's kind of nasty. They're falling away. Or they want you to be in ruins, whatever. You're focused on your home, and they want to ruin it for you. They have missed their opportunity for a status of privilege. So we've got a Queen of Swords here in the reverse, cruel and bitter. And look, they were tempted by the damn snake. Tempted by the snake. They thought that was a great idea. They're very upset here. Overly emotional. Messed up in the head. Because you got a new cycle here that's optimistic. You're feeling hopeful. And there's unfinished business here for this Queen of Swords in the reverse. She's in a tower. He, do what you need to do with the genders. They're in a tower, and it's going to be going on for a few months. And it's almost time to make an appearance. Somebody may need to come out and make an appearance. Perhaps they have to confess, or maybe they're in a tower so that you can rise. Shining ones. The shining ones who've been challenged so greatly with date night, love offer, lust offer crap. You know, look, we got distant. So appearance, time, it's too late for them to take any action, and we've got distance. So they're in a tower, and they are at a distance. They are at a distance. They're detached from you, and they are at a distance. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, which is a protectress. She is the new puppet master, or she's in charge of the secrets, or those people who have secrets. Luck is on her side. Needs. This says, if emotional needs aren't being met, it's time to reassess. So we got needs, but needs is in the reverse. And we've got escape. Somebody needs an escape, but they're not getting what they need. This Queen of Pentacles has the reins to the carriage. She knows the secrets. Somebody's needs aren't being met. They're not getting what they need, which is an escape. They use love as an emotional escape. It's not working out. This Queen of Pentacles knows the secret. She knows about this manipulator and their secrets. Death is here. Move on. Disagreement and adrift. So this is the chaff, the weeds. And we've got justice is being served for the challenges that were brought to wholesome people. And those who were bringing the challenges are in regret. They wish it had never happened. Burned. So this keeps coming up. It's like there's a fire There's some kind of thing going on. Like usually, as far as my intuition tells me, this every season when the cycle comes to a close, it's like, you know, it's been that the wise women and all of this get like transported back in time, but it worked out differently this time. It worked out differently this time. The gold digging explorer that has been using that technology to do such things, I don't think they're in charge this time. I think it's different this time. They weren't able to sabotage you. They weren't able to sabotage your shine. Their values were all about money. This page was communicating this restless energy during date night onto people who had the light in them. There's a backstory, so there's history. There's a history of this. And their values were all about money, and energy is money. And now they're drowning here because they didn't get they're not getting it. They're not getting it. There's burned. They got burned by it. Everything's crumbling. Everything's crumbling. They're exhausted. They're burned out. This explorer or somebody who was exploring, this is a gold digger. They were not able to sabotage you, and they're having anxiety. They're having anxiety. They broke all their promises with many flames and built whatever wealth they are enjoying on that. They stole their energy, their flame. They broke their promises, bringing challenges to wholesome, shining people during date night. What the? This is so outrageous, man. Who are these people who raised generations of these youngers and that turned into olders who have no ethics or morals, man? They turned the whole freaking planet into an F fest for money. They turned the planet into a freaking brothel, man. And now they're reaching out for love. They're reaching out for love. These very same people who are playing games with love, they're reaching for it, but it's eluding them. No, but I know it. You're not about love. You're a freaking gold digger, and you're leaving because they made life really hard for you, and their opportunity to do that to you is ending. They got a long road of crazy drama, and you have dealt with a long road of crazy drama. Boy, they're crushed. They're crushed and they're tired. They don't have any energy. And everything is in pieces. It's all crumbling because they lost. They lost you. And now these childish people are grieving, and they want forgiveness for leaving you alone and making life hard for you. Making you struggle with the dark side and neglect. Their cup is empty. They didn't get what they thought they were going to get, and they're tangled up in that web, and they're looking for an exit plan. But you're being very, very fierce. Very, very fierce. You know their secrets, and they did not see that coming. They've been found guilty. They've been found guilty. You know their secrets. You didn't go down. You survived, and you know all their secrets, and now, see, this Queen of Pentacles, she knows all the secrets about this puppet master here. They were not meeting anybody's needs. They were using love as an escape. She knows what's going on here. And so there's death. They got to move on. It's like they were using this love energy, or this energy of the shining ones, to prolong their experience of living. But you know, they stopped actually living long ago, where they just started feeding, you know. They're mad. They want to do something about it. They want to do something about it. They don't want to face it. They missed their opportunity for a status of privilege. They were not able to snuff you out. They couldn't sabotage you. You know, they were out there in the worldwide brothel, and you were in your home, what looks to be alone, creating a sacred space because you knew that they were looking at you as just another notch on the headboard. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. They weren't the real deal. They were just third-party enemies out there having a great time. So you stayed home and you kept your inner peace. You're like, no thanks. I'm home. I'm peaceful. I know who you are. This is a devil manifesting hardship in people's lives with third-party enemies. And everything you no longer need is falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. They're falling away. They don't know what to do. They're worried. Their life is in ruins. They're confused. They're confused because you're getting this 10 of Cups. I mean, they were effing everybody all the way around you. Little partner here, little partner there, everywhere, little partners everywhere. And you're just sitting there in the middle there, you know, and you're like, I'm relaxed, I'm working on my home. And it's like they had all this energy, this lustful, orgy, frivolous crap surrounding you. It's like you were the eye of the freaking storm and it was going on all around you. So it may have looked like you were carrying that energy, but it wasn't. You were right there. So guess what? You get the 10 of Cups. You focused on your home. You focused on the health and well-being of your temple, the purity of your temple, and the health and well-being of it, the mental, emotional, energetic. You got a water sign here that is got a disregard for consequences. They're got restless energy. They can't focus. They miss their opportunity for this status of privilege, and they don't want to face it. They don't want to face it. You're the blessing. You're the high value person. They've lost their status or their opportunity for this status of privilege. They were not able to cause hardship in your life because you would not participate in an sexual endeavor. You didn't give them your energy. You kept it for yourself. You're like, no, I'm good. And you poured it into your sacred space. And now they want it. And it's like, no, you go out there and do your little F-storm or whatever that is that you like to do. Queen of Swords in the reverse is feeling rather emotional because this cycle is ending and you're getting a new cycle and you're optimistic about it. There's unfinished business here for those who were tempted by the snake. She's upset. She's upset. She's bitter. She's bitter. She's bitter because, look, because you're optimistic. You got a new family or you're getting one. A new cycle. The cycle with these third-party Bettys and Busters or whatever is over. You get a new family. You get a family. 10 of Cups. You're the blessing. You're the high-value person here. You've got inner tranquility. You focus on your sacred space, your home. You're not out here partying, having whatever with the world. Look. So we've got a tower here for these ones, and it's going to be a few months. It might be time for you to make an appearance. It's too late for them to do anything about it. They are at a distance, and they're getting ready for conflict. It could be that they're fighting. They're in this tower moment. They're fighting about what's happening here. Queen of Pentacles is, luck is on her side. She is the puppet master, or she knows the secrets of this puppet master. They were avoiding everybody's needs. They were using love as an emotional escape. They were siphoning the love out of shiny, happy people, wholesome people who really believed in love, and then they drained the light out of them. Mental disturbances. This Queen of Pentacles knows the truth of it. She knows the truth about these ones who were manipulating others and draining the happiness out of them and leaving them with this supernatural mental heartbreak Yeah, so there's death here. They got to move on. Move on. They're in disagreement. They're a weed seed. Nobody needs that. You can't build with that. You extract the love out of a shining being, and then you leave them with your mental disturbances. It's not how this goes. Not anymore, anyway. We got a vow here. So there's a vow. They're being set adrift. They're a weed. We got a vow. We got a vow. It's a vow by your alliances who are trustworthy, honest, and true. Your alliances have made a vow. And these are alliances in the flesh as well as in spirit. So this is a big family, seen and unseen. And yeah, so we got some weed seeds that are getting death, and they're moving on. They gotta get out of here. They're in disagreement. They're like, wait a minute, I think I should be able to feed on you. Everybody feeds, you feed. And it's like, yeah, well, we're done being your food. I guess it's just gonna, somebody's real mad because wherever they went, there's no energy. And they were cussing. There's no mother effing energy. Because they got they're vampires. They're dead, so they cannot produce their own energy. So there's no energy for them to harvest there. Wherever they are, it's dark and there's no energy. And they're in regret. We've got burned. We got burned. The prideful people got burned. The law of cause and effect is here. Justice. For those who are bringing challenges to wholesome people. They're in regret. They're getting burned. And they're getting burned by the sun for this idea that they had. They thought it was a great idea. They thought it was a bright idea to mess around with your marriage, to confine you in your mind and try to bind you to other commitments with magical means. They're restless in the mental body over date night. There's a backstory to this. Their values were all about money. And now they're going under. They can barely keep things afloat. Their daydream didn't come true. They did not get their wish. They're exhausted. They're burned out. They're frightened. This is a gold digger, explorer. This is somebody from another country, perhaps, from another star system, whatever. Take it as it resonates. But they're full of anxiety because they couldn't sabotage you. You're still shining. And you got friends. You're calm. They're having anxiety. They couldn't sabotage you, and you're all peaceful. And you got alliances here. They're protesting about it. They're frightened. They're in a freaking nightmare. That nightmare they wanted to bind you to, they're in it. This is a nightmare. You're getting real estate, and you got care here. So you care about family. You care about the children. You got some real estate, a business, a partner. Maybe you'll be teaching, whatever it is that you learned here. While you, as a wholesome, shining person, had to deal with this devilish energetic disturbance. At the same time, growing the stability and the tranquility of your sacred space. So while they were trying to put this disturbance on you, you were over here in your home focusing on bringing peace to your environment. Isn't that something? These indulgent ones wanted you to go out and have sex it up, and you're like, no, I look, they lost. They're suffering loss. They're suffering loss. Because they were teaching people to move against eternal love. Maybe they learned a lot about eternal love. They're getting rejected because you love yourself and you persevered through their nasty challenges. And they're sick and blind, and they tried to rob you. Maybe they're losing stuff. They might even be praying for death. They might even be praying for death. Maybe they prayed on your death. And there's evidence. There's a research gone into it about this gift. Or maybe they were looking into your gifts. They're overwhelmed by the history of curses that they have put upon you, trying to take your gifts. The history of curses. The history of you not dealing with sexuality. Perhaps you have been celibate multiple lifetimes because you wouldn't do the third party thing. Maybe that's what they stuck you with. Take it as it resonates. I'm so disappointed. Grown men teaching these youngers how to do this, and then they say in the unseen, what am I going to do with you? Well, geez, I don't know. Don't you know? I mean, this has been going on for centuries. You didn't get mixed up in this third party business. You probably didn't get mixed up in any sexuality. You were focused on your home, your sacred space, your inner peace, the health and well-being of your flesh temple. You didn't want to get involved with these people. You knew they were just another notch in the headboard. They were their actions. You could see that they were betting everybody. They had a new partner every few months or one a year or however many. And it's like whenever you sleep with somebody or you think about sharing energy with somebody, it's like you're sharing it with every partner that they ever had that you know about and that you don't know about. And that can foul up your essence really quickly. Maybe you didn't want to do that. You're like, no, because you knew that it was trickery. Trickery. You knew that these ones who were coming in your world are trying to do trickery with their sexuality. And you're like, I'm not playing with you. So what they do, they went and they did orgies and they did third party freaking bullshit, excuse my language, to try to lay that energy onto you, you know? And they can come into the dream state and harvest your energy and then go do a deed and then come back and put it on you. And that's what they've been doing to people. And they're hesitating, they're worried because it didn't work out. They're confused. Everything's falling apart. There's room being made for the love that you deserve. You deserve love. You're protected. You're protected, you know, because they were trickery. You're like, I'm not getting involved with that. That's nasty, man. Nasty. So you're getting your 10 of Cups. Divine love. Thank you very much. Clean energy, closed loop, powerhouse. And these ones are all, they got a disregard for consequences. Ooh, just fling the energy out. They lost their opportunity for privilege. They don't want to face it. You're the blessing. You're the high value person. They've missed their opportunity with you because you knew what this was. Why? Because you stayed balanced. Look, you're like, look, you're the blessing, you're the high value person, you focused on your sacred space in your home, you kept the energy very pure, you were very intentional about it to maintain your balance, and these ones are out there mixing energy, just fouling their essence, and then getting all messed up in the head energetically as well, and then they try to use magic to offload that nastiness onto somebody else, and that's what they've been doing. But not this time. They can't do it with you. They don't want to face it. You are a blessing. You are high value and you are balanced. And you are protected. Queen of Swords in the reverse is not feeling well. She's messed up in her head. She's overly emotional. She was tempted by the snake. There's unfinished business here. She's having a tower. This cycle is ending and another one is beginning. You are optimistic and you're going to get a family. You're getting a family, a nice 10 of Cups family. Because you've proven that, look, they can't cast an illusion. There's no illusions. There's no illusions. Everybody can see you clearly. The mirror magic is busted. You're optimistic. You're getting a new cycle with a new family. There's no, the mirror magic failed. The mirror magic failed and she is so mad. She's so mad because she can't complete. She can't complete. She can't graduate. She can't take your place. She's in a tower and this is going to be happening for a few months. It's too late to take any action. There's an appearance soon. Somebody's making an appearance. They're at a distance, and there's conflict here. There's preparations for conflict. They're fighting about what do they do to get ready. Oh no. Survival in the reverse, man. They're not going to survive. They're not going to survive. They're at a distance. They're having conflict. They're getting ready. There's arrangements being made. They're not going to survive. There's an unaliving. There's death here. And that's justice, the law of cause and effect for however many flames that they've been putting out. With date night, shining ones. Queen of Pentacles, luck is on her side. Yes, it is. She knows the secrets of this puppet master. They were avoiding everybody's needs and causing mental disturbances, using their love as an escape. So they were dressing up in love, peace, harmony, wealth. You know, oh, I earned this house. Oh, yeah. Oh, my wife, she tragically passed away. Or they would just flip and copycat and then replace, you know, while leaving them there with all of this nasty energy and mental crap. Didn't work. Didn't work. This Queen of Pentacles knows exactly what's going on here. We got memory in the reverse. So this is memory. This is history. Do you remember? Maybe they don't remember. They're being wiped from memory. It could be that they're being removed from history. They're being removed from memory. They're being removed from history. They're being wiped from memories, or they're losing their memory. Like their memories may be wiped. And they've been doing that to a lot of these people. There was something called a psychological doorway or something that they would like energetically put people in, and it would cause their memories to fall away while they kind of went into another dimensional doorway, and it would like their purpose and their reasoning for being there, the memories of the past, it would all kind of like all slip away. And so they were doing this to people. Some people have a very short-term memory, and I don't know if it's due to the trauma or if it's due to all these psychological doorways that folks have been forced through. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. They were definitely wanting to hide you and hide you real good. But we got death here. Move on. Disagreements, weed seed. There's a vow by the alliances that you can trust. It's honest. Yeah. Spiritual and physical vows. Teamwork. Spiritual and physical alliances. This is justice, the law of cause and effect for bringing challenges to wholesome people. They are in regret. They wish it had never happened. We've got burned here. They got burned by this bright idea is what they did. They got burned by this bright idea, and they're afraid here. They got a lot of mental energy regarding date night. There's a backstory to what they've been doing to shining happy people. Their values were all about money, and now they're going under. Everything's falling apart. Their daydream did not manifest. Yeah, look at this. You're in isolation, and everything that they tried to push off on you is not sticking. They're drowning, and they have to leave you alone. They have to leave you alone. They're exhausted and burnt out. They can't tap into your energy. This is an explorer, somebody in another country, somebody in another star system, somebody just trying to hijack the planet, whatever. This is a gold digger looking for those shiny golden energies. They could not sabotage you. They're having anxiety because you're calm. Because you're calm. Because you're protected. They're being warned. There's a warning here. Dominance. They're warning, dominance, distance. What else do we got here? Mimicking. Oh, they're in trouble. They're having anxiety. They were warned about dominating you from a distance and then mimicking you. They did it for money. They could have stolen your identity. They were not able to sabotage you. You rose up, you shined, you came up through this mental disturbance. Oh, they were warned from not to try to dominate you from a distance and copycat you, and they did. They were playing around with your stuff, and now they're getting wrath from nature herself. They're anticipating being displaced. They got to get out of here. Yeah, because you're making preparations for your abundance here, and they're being watched within this territory. The territory is being watched very, very, very well. Anybody trying to pull up seeds in the night or do a negative influence, astral projecting into anybody's house? Any anomaly? The anomaly is free of the ghosts. So they're watching real hard. They're watching real hard and resisting distractions. Yeah. Somebody's at risk for their routine. That's for sure. That's for sure. And you've got luck coming to your sacred space because you've gathered the insight necessary to bring this to a head, to bring this to a close. You're the golden nugget. You are the golden nugget. They were digging for gold and they found you and everything broke. They thought they wanted gold until they found the real gold, not just fool's gold. And I'm not meaning that all of those lights are fool's gold. What I mean is maybe you're the bigger nugget, or maybe you just survived by luck. You know what? That's luck. Here it is right here. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Where is that? Luck. So yeah, you're lucky in the sacred space. You're the golden nugget. I mean, the lights are all golden, but you know how everybody has their own color? It's like some people are violet, some people are blue, some people are green, some people are orange or yellow or whatever. You're the golden nugget in the sacred space, bringing a whole bunch of luck because they couldn't. You grew from the upside down perspective of this, and then you lifted up with all the gifts that you made. You're coming into a heart bond. Woo! Those who are feeding on you are in grief because you're going in a new direction. So that golden nugget was really big there, see? And there's a lot of stuff. See how big that golden nugget is? You got right in that jar with everybody. They could not put your light out. They could not dim your shine. They could not dull your surface or your inside. You survived and you brought all that knowledge, all that wisdom about this upside down perspective regarding domination and mimicry to those who needed it. Now we've got a protectress here who knows all the secrets of this puppet master, bringing mental disturbances to loving people. That's crazy. They were warned. Maybe they're being warned right now. Keep your distance with this domination and this mimicry. You know, we're at peace here. None of the magic they try to do is getting on you. They cannot get into your space. This is over. This is the end of trauma bonds. So in the history, you did not take up with this third-party enemy, you know, passion project, whatever. You didn't want to have anything to do with it. You stayed by yourself. You created peace within your home, and you developed your sacred space. You knew that they were trying to trick you with this getting you into the bed and then striking a freaking down the headboard. They're triggered. They're triggered because you knew that that was just, you're a unicorn, and you knew exactly what they were up to. The devil is here trying to manifest hardship for you with this third-party enemy. Things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve, and they don't know what to do. They're confused because you're protected here. Triggered. You're that big old golden nugget. And I don't know, I'm thinking that you're a starseed who slipped into the matrix because crap was going bad. Real bad. It's like drastic measures. It's like, you know, like everybody was getting nanochips and through various means, you know, and it's like there has to be something to save the organic life. It's like you might be a special starseed that dove into the mix to like bring this to a close. Maybe there's several of you out there, golden nuggets, who went into the mix, and you know how they say when you, what is that saying? Walling around with the sows or whatever. I don't know, you dove into the mix, and then you wallowed around in the mix, and you got all the information that you needed to get in order to bring this to a close. And yeah, it probably hurt. It probably hurt real bad. And there's a lot of people who didn't make it, who probably volunteered for the same thing, came in to bring an end to this, and they got sucked into it. But you made it out. You made it out. Look, privileged. Your status of privilege is protected. They can't do anything for it. They're having trouble. Love bombing, gaslighting, passion project crew are having trouble because you got 9 of Cups here. There's a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, who's messed up in the head. They have missed their opportunity for a status of privilege. They don't want to face it. You are balanced. You are the blessing. You are the high value. And you're coming into this life of extravagance. It belongs to you. This life of privilege is yours. And they thought they were going to mess you up with this sexual trickery. They thought they were going to mess you up with sexual third-party trickery. It's a special magic trick. It requires a special wand. They're all mad and overly emotional because that's the end of the cycle for them and you, and you're optimistic about getting a life with this family. The mirror magic didn't work. The illusion did not work. And there's an influencer here. The illusionist was not able to be you. They couldn't make the illusion stick. Ooh, somebody out there might be telling them to go, and now they're in a tower, and it's going to last a few months. There's an appearance here, and it's too late for them to take any action. It's time. They're fighting at a distance. We've got survival in the reverse. They're getting ready. They're not going to survive this narcissist. Everything's falling apart. This Queen of Pentacles is here and luck is on her side. This puppet master, she could be the new puppet master holding the reins. She has all the secrets. She knows these ones weren't taking care of the needs of those people here that they were presenting challenges to. The wholesome people that they were getting date night and marriage contracts or relationships with. And they were bringing supernatural disturbances to their world. And it's like they're going to lose their memory. They're probably going to get their memory wiped. We've got tinfoil hat conspiracy. This is not a game. This is not a lie. There's no more love bombing and gaslighting people for this kind of shit stuff. They're going to lose their memory on how to use love as an escape, and then emotionally and mentally disturb people. They're going to lose their gifts, their knowledge on how to do that. That's being taken away from them. They're not going to be able to lie about people. They're not going to be able to love bomb and gaslight people. They're not going to be able to manipulate anybody's ideas about anyone. They won't know who you are. Nothing. There's death here, and they're going to move on. There's some disagreements here, but they're a weed seed. They weren't willing to settle down and build anything. You built a safe, sacred space by yourself. And now you've got a whole bunch of alliances here in the seen and the unseen world, and you're working together. It's a team. It's a team, an honest, trustworthy team. And we've got podcasts. It's announced. It's announced. It's known. It's well known. There's a troll here, a feral troll, doing the very least, trying to get the very most, and they didn't care who they were hurting. There's death here. They got to move on. So justice is being delivered. The law of cause and effect for bringing challenges to wholesome people. They're in regret here, and we've got burned. There's a fire or something happening, and they're afraid about this being. They were going after people who shined. They were going after members of the sun, the family of the sun. Yesterday maybe, the seers have a holy family line or something. There's a holy lineage for the seers. They come from a special, look, we got cult leader in the reverse. What, nobody wants to follow this cult leader anymore? Because it's seen that you're a billionaire, legendary starseed. Cult leader is upset. This cult leader is in the toilet. Nobody wants to listen to this cult leader anymore. He's in fear. He doesn't want to be a cult leader anymore. Or maybe he's not a cult leader anymore. We got burned. Could be burned. And we got stay in your own lane. So the page is here, restless in this mental body, because that's the energy that they mix up the energies with all this chaos, and that's what they are. And then they offload that onto shiny, happy people who can transmute that kind of energy. And this is how they get along. They target shiny people. But now you're alone. They can't get into your space, and everything they try to do to you is rolling off. Their values are all about money, and they're going under. Their daydream did not come true. They got to stay in their own lane. Stay away from you. They're a troll. They're trolling you. They're a freaking troll. They're a gold-digging troll, exploring the atmosphere. Oh, and again, we've got this. So this is they're being warned to try to keep their distance with this dominating mimicry crap. You're at peace, and you're just going to do that. They're jealous of you. They're jealous of your peace, and they're jealous of the fact that you're a unicorn and you're getting the land back. This is your land. And this is just a fashion witch snacking, or being a snacked on by this shadow demon. Vampire. This is a simp, a trauma-bonded simp, doing the most for somebody who cares the least. The troll is being warned here by the oracle. There's a feral, this is a feral person. They have no ethics, morals, boundaries. They do the very least to get the very most. And they usually target self-caring people who are empath, starseed, billionaire status, legendary people. And then we got bitch. So they think you're a bitch, you think they're a bitch, whatever. Everybody's a bitch. I'm going to go ahead and leave this message here. I hope that it brings clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.